Thank you very much, and I would like to welcome you again to our Global Entrepreneurship class. This is our fourth lecture, and today we would like to work again on the projects that you are going to work together with the online students for the period of 10 weeks or so, and hopefully this will lead to a successful fundraising campaign on Pozible.com. As you know, we have opted to teach this module using crowdfunding as the main technique to raise funds for a meaningful project that you guys believe in. The two notes that I'll be repeating from time to time are my belief, my personal belief, that entrepreneurship is not only about making money, but it's also about making a difference. And the fact that entrepreneurial skills are things that everyone can use. A student can use, a mother can use, a teacher can use, and also a business person can use. So that the entrepreneurial frame of mind is a very useful frame of mind to adopt. And we've shown in our previous class that through the interest, the technique, and the coaching, you guys can actually develop whatever mindset you are interested in. It's a matter of you put the commitment, just like if you want to have an athletic kind of physique or body, you need to go to the gym and you need to eat in a certain way and you need to exercise. Nothing is free, but the moment you decide that you want that kind of mental muscles, you actually can build them. And I have always focused, and I continue to focus, that on entrepreneurship of having maybe two major elements. One of them is the positive thinking, the ability to see an opportunity in each and every challenge. So that's why we say we will never use the P word. We're going to use either a challenge or an opportunity instead. I've talked to you about how important the language that we use, and hence we will cultivate throughout this course and a highly positive, highly entrepreneurial language. The other part that I'm trying to slowly push you towards is the risk taking. So you need to try something new, push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And hopefully through the cultivating of the habit of taking some calculated risk, together with the mental skills of being positive, with that you will develop some sort of entrepreneurial intent, a willingness to think and behave in an entrepreneurial manner. It's not my intention that every one of you to be a business person, but those who would like to do that, you are more than welcome. But when we develop an entrepreneurial and innovative mindset, this is going to be very useful for us, even if we are to join some other employers to do whatever job that we are interested in. Not to mention it's a useful skill in life at large. So today, what I'm going to do is I'll give you some time to discuss your project, and you can discuss your project with the person next to you. I really appeal to you to use that time to discuss your project. And I will be going around to have a look at what's happening. Also, if you have any specific question to me, I could answer or try to answer that. If we can have some of the projects finalized in writing, so you write them down or write a description of them down, and then if you could come here and then present your project to the group. We will record this, and I believe the online students will be able to see your project, and hopefully if they are interested, if the message is compelling enough, if they are interested in that, they may be joining your team, because every one of you will need to form a team of online students to work with him or her on the project. So from now until maybe 45 minutes, I would like you to work together with the person next to you, and maybe whoever has a better idea, you start by speaking to him or her about your project, and then the partner to speak back. And please take notes, and I'll go around and see what's going on. If you at any moment you need my assistance, please just wave and I'll be there. Any question about what we are supposed to do? Very clear? Good. So please go ahead.
Sir, I got a very...
Can you speak here?
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it on?
Yes.
So. Oh no, it's filming.
Yes.
Okay.
This is actually for the other students, because they will ask very similar questions.
Okay. Yeah. So in order to solve the parking issues in Taylor's, my idea is because the parking is like too far away from the campus. So I think if they have some certain of a transportation, let's say maybe a golf cart or a buggy that fetch them from the campus to the parking, so I think they will be more willing to park further away.
Right.
So this means that we could probably solve the parking issues in Taylor, because you can see that a lot of people, they don't like to park too far away, so they rather drive around the campus to find a nearer parking,
right,
instead of park their car at the end of the power line or
right,
the other parking.
Right.
So I think for this issue, maybe the solution is just raise a fund and buy the golf cart, something like golf cart.
Sure.
But
so yeah, okay, continue.
No, this is just
an initial idea.
Yeah, initial idea. So there's nothing concrete and solid.
Right. So that's your idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone has to have his own idea. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's my idea.
Okay. It's a very good start. It's a very good start. So now you need to think of it in this way. If you were an outsider, you will be interested in this only if you are within Taylor's.
Yes.
Right? So straight away, that limits the number of people who
Yes.
will be interested in maybe in joining this venture. But that shouldn't be the case. So now you need to think of your golf cart or whatever car or mode of transportation that you would like to purchase, and see how much does it cost. So let's say it costs, for example, 1,000 ringgit. It's more than that, but let's say for simplicity.
Yes.
And let's say you need to raise 1,000 ringgit before you can start the service.
Yes.
So that means you will need on Pozible.com, because we are doing crowdfunding. So this is not you go to an investor. Yeah. So maybe then you will be selling a monthly pass for people to utilize that service. Right? Then when you have 1,000 people buying that from you, only then you will be able to provide that service maybe from June until later.
Because I was thinking I wanted to make it a free service for everyone who park their cars in our campus area.
Okay. So the key thing is every service that we want to do, including the charity or the free services, it costs some money, right?
Yes.
So someone has to pay for that. And it's the entrepreneur's job to raise that money. So when you make this service free, where will you get the money from?
From donations.
So you think there will be some people outside tailors donating their money so that tailors students don't walk?
That's the actually yeah, sir.
You know what's going to happen to you? People will kill you.
That's the problem with my idea here.
What did you just use?
What did I just use?
You just used the P word.
That's the challenge in my idea here.
Okay.
Because I don't think that people from outside tailors will pay for this idea.
Sure.
So I think that only people within tailors they will support this idea.
Okay.
But I'm very doubtful that they'll pay for it.
Okay.
I think everybody just want it to be free, but
Sure.
without any effort.
Sure. And why do you think they will not pay?
From the mentality of most tailorians, based on the experience,
Right. What is their mentality?
they want it to be free. They don't want to make any effort in doing it.
Including
but
you?
They
Does
want
that
it.
include you?
Sometimes.
Right. So now let me challenge this.
Yes.
I think tailorians do pay. How much do you pay for Starbucks coffee?
I don't think so. Starbucks.
You don't, but you know it's quite costly, right?
Yeah.
How much do you pay for lunch? How much did you pay for this beautiful watch? I think you pay. Now the key thing here is this.
Actually, it's a gift.
But someone has paid for it, okay? Yeah. And I think you will have to pay back one day.
Yeah.
So let me put it like this. What I believe is, if you show them the value, they will collaborate. Now the key thing is the value.
I agree.
Now, if this project does not bring much value, maybe what you need to do is to either tweak it or think maybe of another project. That's to me is actually the thought process that I would to inculcate. So you don't bring a project that you yourself not willing to pay for, and then blame tailorians for not being generous enough to pay you. This is not the way entrepreneurs think.
I didn't.
Okay, my mistake, my bad.
Okay.
So can you think of a project that adds value?
I'm still working on it.
Yeah, so you need to think, because we need to do this quickly so that we have something very soon, concrete,
I
so that we can, So I just wanted to start this discussion with you because I like you a lot actually.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Sir.
Yeah. So
I think maybe Dion have something to say.
I'm sure Dion always have something to say.
Yes.
Pick the mic, Dion. What do you want to do? Closer to your mouth so that we can hear. Yes, yeah.
Not really sure yet.
You are not really sure yet. Okay.
Honestly.
Yes, but you know that you have to, I've been pushing you guys to think, and I really want you to start thinking. So this is not something that will fall from the sky on you. You have to put an effort, and the key thing is, as I told you, you look at the challenges that you are facing, and then try to see them as an opportunity. So what are the other things that we could either help others, or what is the cause that the others would be willing to join us and donate? Or if it's not about donation, what is the thing that so valuable that if I give it to you, you are willing to pay for it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So please continue thinking along these lines. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Hi. Okay, great. So have you started thinking of the project that you want to work on?
Here and there, maybe a few ideas.
Right. Yeah. But I really hope that you can close on the ideas. So if you remember, I wanted you to start discussion. I didn't see you discussing. I'm so sorry. Maybe you discussed, but my eyesight is not very good, because this is the time that you need to come up with a project. And maybe if you start discussing, sketching, thinking, then if something stops or you're not sure, you could at least like wave me in and I could maybe try to help you. The reason why I'm pushing you to think of something and hopefully also think of it over the weekend, because we are having someone who's flying from Singapore to talk to us about Pozible.com on Tuesday. Now we could always say a couple of ideas here and there, not really sure, and then there will be another wasted opportunity. But we could instead have a specific thought or idea, and we say, what do you think? And that person, she's actually very experienced in this field. She could give you more input that may help you make your project success. So, any one of you planning to take my offer on raising 10K and skipping the final exam?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't come for the first lecture?
Second lecture.
I see. Yeah. Because I made the students an offer. If you are willing to take on a project that is quite complex, that requires 10,000 ringgit,
The fund that
the
needs
fund,
to be raised.
and you raise the fund really on Pozible.com, then I will give you the final mark in the exam.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has to be genuine money, not someone else like helping you or
Oh, yeah.
you're not buying that. So I will know because I work closely with. So that project has to be something meaningful and you are able to deliver the value that you promised. Yeah. Now, come again? For your project. Yeah, that's the project that you have to pick yourself. So you see?
For any project that is worth of 10K.
And you are able to raise the fund for it. Yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay. Yeah. Can you speak closer to this? Yeah.
If I give you 2 cans, okay, of drink,
Okay.
but I do not tell you what is in the can.
Right.
Okay. One is the normal Coke.
Yes.
And another is Coke, but of a different brand.
Right.
Okay. If there's no label or any seal on the can and
Yes.
I ask you to drink it, can you differentiate it?
I don't think so.
Yeah. That's from that I want to modify it a bit to create a drink. But the drink is not a regular drink like Coke or something. It's,
Right.
The whole purpose of the drink is as a collectibles item. Like how some people like to collect cans from different country
Right.
and keep it as a display.
Right.
Yeah, so this drink is meant to be as a brand name, to be a collectibles item.
Okay. So now that's a very good start. Now you could view it from the collectible point of view. You could pick it from the drinking habits point of view. So, for example, I drink Coke Light. I still cannot tell very much the difference, but I don't want to take. I want to reduce my sugar intake. So, if you maybe besides the collectability of the cans, you could address the needs of other segments of the market. Maybe people who are health conscious or people who want less gas or less sweet or whatever, then maybe you could work on that. Now the key thing here is that project. You need to think how much money will it need to take off. So let's say it will need 10,000 ringgit, example. Then you will need to see how are you going to have a campaign so that when you put it on Pozible.com, people will give you, 10 ringgit each or 50 ringgit each. What will you give them in return? So that's really the other aspects of it, because I want you to think of not only your project, but who will be out there willing to participate with you. And the last time we ran Entrepreneurship, we talked about raising the fund from venture capitalists. This time I'm purposely saying, look, the crowdfunding is the newest way of doing that and bringing products into reality, and I want to expose you to this. I want you to really know how powerful the 7.2 billion people out there, if you can organize them, if you can convince them that your product or service is worth something. So that's the key that I would like you to use, and that's why I'm insisting that you work with people from the online community. So your thinking has to be, will this project, you know, I see you are very passionate about this. I can feel your eyes lit. You almost, you know, came back to life. Yeah. So do you think there are other people within the course who are as passionate about this as you? Probably yes. Now, how are you going to find them? What is the message that you will stand out up there and say? Because you told me, okay, will you differentiate the two cans? I actually didn't really get you. Are you saying that you want to make another drink that is not branded as the Coke, and then you don't have to pay for the brand? So I was thinking like that. But later you say you want to make it collectible. I don't collect cans, for example. So to me, I won't care personally, but maybe there are other people who will. But you need to identify where these people are and make sure that your message reach them, so that first they join you with the team, and second they take the credit card out and put the number in Pozible, and they say, I pledge 50 ringgit. Because this is really where your entrepreneurial skills are tested. When people say, yes, I'll do it. Okay? Yeah, so what I want you to do is to exchange this idea in that way, and make him as your partner. What do you think about that? And don't just look for someone to say, yes, very good, very good. You just get people to challenge you so that you improve the idea. Yeah. So I really hope that if you could at least crystallize something by the end of this lecture, that would be very, very useful. So you don't have to do work later also, because my worry is if you go out of the class, maybe you will have to do some other things, and then you will go for the Pozible workshop and then still don't have a project. So if you don't have a project, you know, your level of participation will be very different. Because if you have a project, you could actually start, ask this person, look, I have this idea, how do you think I should pitch it? And she could actually give you a very direct suggestion. She may even tell you, we have someone who has done a similar thing and succeeded, and she can point you to that campaign. Or she may even say, someone has tried this and failed, so you need to learn from that failure. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So the more concrete your idea starts to be, the better you will be in a position to actually make the best out of the classes. Anyone else have any thought, idea that wants some feedback on? See, this is an opportunity, because you don't have to be shy. Yeah, can you please? Yeah, yes.
So you say before that, if I'm not mistaken, you said because the Pozible, the website is only limit for 60 days, right? I mean, for each product.
Maximum, yes, the campaign, yes.
Okay, so let's say if the due date is over, but I didn't manage to reach my target, so I'll not get even a single cent, right?
Right.
So would you advise us to, let's say if for big amount of money, we'll break it to two times, like 5,000 or 5,000, so that at least if one reach 5,000, we can collect the money. Do you get what I mean?
Yes. I think at the end of the day, your campaign is promising what? So the value that you will deliver is what? So I give you an example. If can I have your glasses? So let's say these glasses cost 100 ringgit, and let's say you are not confident that you can raise 100 ringgit. Now, if you go to Pozible and then you say, I want to raise 50 ringgit for one half of it, do you think people will will be interested in funding something that is actually half a project?
No, actually what I mean is like,
Yes.
let's say, okay, like let's say maybe each glasses it costs 10 ringgit.
Yes.
So let's say if I want to sell 50 glasses, but I'm confident of raising 25.
Right.
So, but because let's say since you say if we manage to get 10,000, we can skip the final exam, right?
Yes.
So it would advise us to maybe just do 25 first. So
You see, the Pozible works like this. This may cost you 100 ringgit.
okay.
But if you have 100 ringgit, you cannot make it because there is a minimum number you need to make for you to deliver it at 100 ringgit. So let's say the amount of money that you need is 10,000. If you get 9,000, will you be able to deliver? You cannot. You still cannot because you don't have your 10,000. So I think the answer is it really depends. You have to tell me what is in your mind. That's number one. Number two, I want you to think positively.
Okay.
What you are thinking now, I may fail, so let me hedge my options. Let me prepare for failure by cutting my. I don't want you to do that. I want you to take risk. Now, even if you try to get the 10,000 and you fail to get it, first you will learn, and then you'll be able to fill a very good return on failure form, which is worth around 10 marks. Secondly, even if you don't raise the money, I'm going to assess you on the quality of your campaign. How good was your communication? How good was your video? How good was the idea? And things like that. Okay? So I want you to think in that way rather than what if I fail? Because you see, the entrepreneurs don't think like this. They think they will succeed. They will think eventually they will succeed. And that's the mental habit that I would like to inculcate through this course. Does it make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
So our target must be 10,000.
No.
No.
Your target is you will need some money, and that money could be 10 ringgit, could be 20 ringgit. The only thing is I want you to do it on Pozible.com because there we could track it. We could see that this money really came from some other people. That's it. Now, if you pick a very modest target, then the likelihood that you are going to achieve it is high, but normally the quality of the work is also directly proportional to the complexity. So I can tell you, if I go now on Pozible and I say I want 20 ringgit to feed maybe 10 needy people, and I just buy them very simple meal, I think people will give me. And I think I'll get it in 2-3 days. And that will be a successful campaign. No question about that. But when I assess you, I won't give you the full mark just because you say you wanted 20 ringgit and you raised it. Because where's the challenge? But if you try to raise 100,000 ringgit to build maybe a house for the needy, and you even if you fail to achieve it, first the amount of learning that has happened in you is great, and secondly, I will assess the quality and the complexity of the work. Now, what I also mentioned last lecture was, if you start now and start trying to do something now, you could actually raise or put your campaign online and then see. If it doesn't work, you could maybe change it. So that will give you time. You will be in a position, if we start really early, you will wait for 60 days and you will raise 0 cents. Because that will raise like 100 red flags before you. I will have a look and say, look, you're not raising any money. I think something is wrong. It's either your project is not compelling enough, or the message that you put it was wrong, or people didn't get it, or this is the wrong project, or whatever. So I also won't allow you to go for 60 days without raising a single cent. So while you are thinking of the project and getting the support from Pozible, And we are getting Adriana Tan from Pozible actually twice. So she'll be once to give you the workshop, and then later she will come and check on you and how are you guys progressing and things like that. So while we're doing this, there'll be more lectures about, how to build a successful team, how to communicate your message, how to prepare your, how do you do your, your finances and things like that. So all these, as we move on, it will fortify and help and support and better shape your project. So this is the whole idea that I have in mind. But I want you first to at least say, I want to come up with a new drink. I want to sell some t-shirts. I want to feed the, the needy. I want to have a business to provide homes for street dogs, for example, or whatever you think. Or there are people who want to have a campaign to encourage the youth to quit smoking, or some people talk about the parking, whatever you are thinking of. And let me ask you a question. I want you to be very honest. How many of you went to Pozible.com to see the other projects there? Raise your hand if you have checked the Pozible.com. Now, if you have no idea, don't you think the website itself, where you could see what other people have done and successfully achieved it, is a good start? You see, you really have to take charge of this, because your credit, your mark is at stake. I mean, the fact that you are taking this for the second time, it tells you it wasn't, I mean, to be very honest with you, you used to come late, you used not to pay attention, and I think that's what has happened. So I really hope that you help these people also by, getting them to see you as a role model and achieve a first class this time. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what's Pozible.com? Yeah. So I've shown you even some project. I've shown you the guy who's making bags. But you have to go and explore yourself. And then you see what is the value that the entrepreneur is offering in return. And then you tweak, oh, this is a good idea. I've never thought of that. Or maybe I could actually do better. Then you start thinking. Okay? Thank you.
I actually have a project.
Yes.
My campaign is, I want to, like a small car park lot.
Yes.
We put a crash run, right? Right now we put crash run in Taylor, right? For Taylor's car park. You only have crash run, right? Crash run is the rock. So my motive of campaign is just to compact the crash run, so we get a smooth driving car.
Sorry, I don't get what do you mean by the? I'm not getting it. Sorry, I don't understand.
Right now in Taylor's car park,
Yes.
there's we only put a crash run. Crash run means a rock.
You mean the on top or where?
No, the crash run. The crash run.
Crash run. Okay.
Crash run.
Okay.
Crash run. So when the car moving is
Right.
vibrate.
Okay.
So I want to compact. So my campaign is to compact that one.
Compact.
Yeah, compact. Use a compactor machine.
Right.
To compact the crash run.
Okay.
So that's my
right.
campaign. So
Okay.
that's my campaign.
Okay. I see.
So in order, I want to.
So you want to have you want to surface the car park.
Yeah. So I want to search for the budget.
Right.
Then I want to make a small business to find to achieve that target.
Sure. But you see, this car park doesn't belong to you, right?
No, it's Taylor's.
So you need to check with the university. There's a reason why they didn't surface
it's
it.
a free. Oh, that's the reason.
There's a reason. So you need to understand the reason.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are actually some future development to take place there.
Okay.
Right? So you need to understand. So you need to see really all the stakeholders.
Okay.
So maybe you'll be happy and maybe people will support you, but maybe the owner of the land doesn't want it to be surfaced because he or she would like to later build something. So you need to think. Yes, but it's a good thing that you've seen a challenge and you are you're trying to resolve it.
Yeah. For So I want your opinion. So the project should be cancelled.
I didn't say this. I didn't say this. You need to do a study about that.
So
but the question,
ask tailors.
you could, yes, you could, yeah.
Alright.
But the whole idea is, who do you think will be the people to support this? Because this is a lot of money. You're talking about a
that's
huge
why
amount of money.
The cons of this project is the only one that support this project is only tailor students.
Yes. So is it enough?
I don't know.
Okay,
That's
so
why.
what you need to do is to think of something, because you see, what I want you to do is really now to get a project that you could finish by the end of the semester and raise the fund. That doesn't mean your project is not good, but because we have a 14-week limit.
I get it.
Yeah. So I hope that the training that you will get through this 14 weeks will enable you in the future to come up with great projects, and this could be your next project that will take maybe 2 years to complete. Okay? So now I want you to pick something that really can finish within this time frame.
More realistic.
As a
for the-
realistic from within the time frame, because the time frame is, I want to show you that you are capable of conceiving, designing, implementing, and operating an entrepreneurial project, raise funds for it, and deliver the value to it before the end of the year. That's really my goal. And I want you to say, when you graduate, if people say, what did you do? You could say, I have done the business plan, I have done a campaign, I have raised money online, and I have done this product or this service or whatever value you have delivered, and this is the value that I have delivered as an engineer or as an entrepreneur. So I want you to do something and take it from A to Z. Finish it, complete it, and deliver it, and be proud of it.
All right, sir.
Good? Thanks. Hi. I like that. I like that you are looking at Pozible.com, because this gives you some ideas, isn't it? Yeah.
Finding ideas.
Yes. Yeah. But at least you would know what other people have done. You don't necessarily do the exact same thing, but it gives you an idea about what has worked and what did not work. So, anyone want to share their project?
Okay, can I?
Please.
Alright, so my theme is evolving around animals.
Right.
Okay, so basically I'm focusing on stray dogs and cats in Malaysia because the current situation is there are a lot of stray dogs and cats,
Yes.
but normally is nobody cares. Even if somebody they got annoyed, they will call up and ask the authorities to come and catch them and put them into the pound.
Right.
But what happened after the pound, no one knows.
Yes.
And most of them got killed, euthanized
Yes.
for good. That's what they said.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is, instead of waiting for random citizens to rescue them, why not we create a team of volunteers
Yes.
who will carry out a program.
Right.
Okay, let's say we start small. We have a team of 5 volunteers, let's say, and in Malaysia.
Yes.
And then we start from Subang area.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Okay, let's say this month we are going to clear Subang areas to ensure there's no more stray dogs and cats.
Right.
But of course, after we rescue them,
Yes.
we have to collaborate with the available shelters, animal
Right.
shelters,
Right.
so that we can put them there
Right.
and wait for somebody to adopt.
Right.
So the crowdfunding will be to gather money. Like after we have rescued them, we
Yes.
need to send them to the vet to get injections,
Right.
to make sure they are safe,
Right.
and provide food, shelters.
Right.
So that's basically what I'm thinking
Right.
now.
Okay. I think that's a very good idea, actually. And you need to be very clear of your target, the people that you think who are going to support you, and I think there will be quite a number of them. And then when people support you and you raise money, people would actually expect you to deliver the service.
Yes.
Right? So you would know that currently you have our
The organization.
the municipal authorities. They are the ones who go and catch the dogs, I believe.
Yeah.
SPCA is the one where these dogs are normally sheltered.
Yeah, they
right?
will put them there and wait for adoption.
Yes. So what are you adding to that system? Are you creating more squads to catch and places to house, Or are you creating a website where volunteers will come and do things? Or are you creating a website to match the dogs with owners, future owners? How do you see your, okay, let's say I believe in the cause and I want to give you money, but I want to know what are you going to do? So that the idea is good, but what exactly you'll be doing?
Okay, so for a start,
Yeah,
I think I should go and communicate with the available shelters and the NGO, the organization available,
right,
to get their support first,
right.
to ensure that there's enough spaces
Right.
to allocate the
Right.
animals. Then, through their help, they have already their pages, right?
Yes.
So we can actually get a section from their pages
Right.
and advertise this. We are going to get some volunteers
Right.
who are interested in this program. So it's sort of like a program.
Right,
If it's successful, then we will continue to do this, expand the area.
right,
So the service provided is, the main goal is to try to reduce the number of stray dogs and cats
sure,
by not killing them. I mean,
Sure.
not by the municipal.
sure. Yeah, so my it's a wonderful idea, really, and I think you should really do it. Now, the key thing here to see, to look at is, let's say you need 1,000 ringgit.
Okay.
So this money will be used for what? Let me put it like this.
Alright, this money,
Yeah.
okay, will be stored, and once we capture, let's say we capture a stray dog,
Yes.
we will have to send them to the vet, right?
That's right.
For medical checkup.
That's right.
To for all those injections. So that one will be medical expenses.
Right.
And the food expenses.
Right.
Food. Yes.
Okay. So let me just try to give you maybe a slightly different spin on this, because it's a very nice idea. So maybe what you could do also is maybe you use the money to develop a website.
Right.
And the website, you match dogs with owners,
Okay.
and you could actually work with, let's say, SPCA, and the moment you get a dog adopted through your website,
Okay.
they will guarantee, have a deal with them, that a stray dog that your effort captures will be put there. Because I can tell you, running a facility for animals is actually not a joke. Is a very, very difficult thing. So if you could work on top of existing system, that'll be better. And then people could also adopt, in a way, dogs, in terms of, let's say I don't have the ability to house one at my house for whatever reason, but I believe in what you are doing. I could pay you some money through their website as well to
find another adopter.
yes, or pay for a space for them to be like a hotel. You get me? Mm-hmm. So literally, that money could come and prolongs the life of these dogs, and in the meantime, you do every necessary.
So instead of one-time crowdfunding,
Yeah. So maybe what you create exactly some avenue through which people could volunteer their time, and maybe pay money to support the dogs on a long term. It's a complex issue, but I think you really should work on this and develop it further. I think it's a wonderful idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
And I'm sure you'll have many people out there who would love to join you.
Okay.
Yeah. Please hold on to this. Don't throw it. I really like it a lot.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. You're welcome. Anyone wants to share?
Okay, I don't have an exact idea, but I have a topic. I believe education is very important,
Yes.
and I believe every country has their own poverty problem.
And you just used a forbidden word.
I did. Yes, I did.
Right. So every country has
Their own
poverty.
challenge
Yeah.
in poverty.
Right. So actually, can we make, if you just try this for the sake of trying it.
Okay.
Say, every country have the poverty opportunity. Just say it.
Every country has their own poverty opportunity.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I don't feel the word sounds
Right.
appropriate for the word poverty.
Right. But poverty is an opportunity for what? Do you think poverty is an opportunity to help people? Poverty is an opportunity for people to also improve their standards?
I think we can say that.
Do you think also poverty as by virtue of being difficult, it could also be
Motivation.
a motivation? Yes, you are thinking, yes. Say more, you're thinking.
Okay.
It's coming, I could see it. Yes, what else?
Okay, so I was thinking every country would face this challenge. So why
No opportunity?
No, because I feel that poverty is a serious thing, and not everybody can go through it smoothly. Some people would really face it and feel it's a real weight on their shoulder. So I don't think I would prefer to use the word opportunity.
Never mind, we'll continue working on that. Have you taken my opportunity note the other day?
Yes.
Okay, keep it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so my idea is to have free education.
I like that.
Free education will be taught by volunteers, preferably housewives.
Right.
Okay, free education mainly more focused on kids maybe below 10.
Right.
Because I believe that there is a research, I cannot find the proper site yet, but kids from age 0 to 3, their brain absorption is actually 100%. So this is the best time to teach them proper education,
Right.
and also to bring up their general knowledge
Yes.
and everything else.
Yes.
So I believe that education is very important for kids from between born to 10.
Right.
So my idea is mainly education for poverty and kids.
Right. Do you know I have the same idea?
Okay.
Not about the housewife though, but
Okay.
about education that needs to be free.
Okay.
Okay, do you have access to the internet? Okay, go to a website called thinklikeanengineer.org. Like an engineer, all in one word, .org.
Not available.
Yeah. So, okay, can I? So if you go, so this is called Think Like an Engineer. If you go here and press Mission 0, so although this is a vision for higher education, 0 fees, 0 impact on the job market. So the way I would like to achieve this is through the work that the students do while they're learning, which could actually pay for their education somehow. So you have done projects this far. How many projects you've done?
5 semesters, 4 projects.
Okay. So what is the project that you are most proud of?
I think would be the wind turbine project.
Right. So let's imagine if that wind turbine project was done collaboratively with a company that's very interested in buying that, and if they were to pay for your education, would that be great?
Yes.
Yeah, and if the role of the school become to match students' capacity and capability and aspiration to some other industrial or governmental or whatever need that actually has some funds behind it. So the students will do two things. First, will get free education. Secondly, will really work on a very authentic project that they know will eventually be sold out somewhere. So it's a way, and I think this is the way you are thinking is really very interesting.
Okay.
Now I want you to also go and look at a website called DoSomething.gd. Do something good.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a website that actually came from within Malaysia, and it's to organize volunteers. Yes. So you can go over there and you say, I want volunteers who can do this, and people will check it out, and they will be. If let's say I'm passionate about teaching kids from 0 to 10, whatever, and even if I'm not a housewife, I could be a university professor, but I'm passionate about this, I may gravitate towards your project. So you could actually maybe learn some of the messages, some of the lessons. Now, interestingly, I'm getting the founder of this venture to speak to you guys. So he will be here to speak to you.
Okay.
Yes.
That will be a good opportunity.
Yes, it is. This is finally there's an opportunity. Yes. Great. So you continue thinking of it. I think it's an amazing thing, and I think many people would love to be part of that. Would love to support it. The key thing is, don't ever forget, the good cause is not enough. Do you know why? Because everyone is fighting for our dollars. Everyone is asking us to donate. So you really need to communicate it in a compelling way so that I feel like, wow, this is really going to work. This is really going, if I'm going to pay that much, I think there is a lot of, potential there. Now, if you zoom in on this project, I want you to. You could actually come and see me. I've done a bit of research, and I've read on how, and I could also direct you to some very interesting reading on how these the people who raise funds for this kind of causes they work. So there are certain techniques, certain way to raise more money compared to, and they actually brought it to almost a science. They know how to write the message, how to craft the message, what kind of picture to put on the envelope to get and solicit bigger return, all for good cause. Okay?
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Poverty can actually be, there are people who became very successful, and if you ask them what is the major contribution to your success, they will say it's the difficult childhood that I have. I totally agree with you. Not everyone is able to convert the adversity and the difficulty and the poverty into a stepping stone to a better thing. Not everyone can do that, and maybe we can somehow, help those. But it could be also it's definitely a challenge, and I think seeing it a challenge, put it in a much better framework, because when you are triumphant with a challenge, you feel very proud, you feel good. But the P, you just want to kill it and move on. Yeah, and that's why there are people who are actually very proud of being that they came from a poor background, and I think these are the ones who have seen it as a challenge.
I also believe there are a lot of great people. They come for it. They really work hard for it.
Yes.
So okay, maybe I do see the opportunity there now, because yes, there are mainly a lot of people who are very successful now. They come from poverty. Yes.
So I thank you very much, and I'm very grateful that finally I
managed to convince me with opportunity.
I think you are seeing the light, and I think I actually appreciate this, because I don't want people to just simply say, yes, yes, I'll follow, but they don't really follow. But I really want you to think about it. When you change your language, you will change your life. Because we live in a world that is made out of our words. You think about it. I can make you feel very bad by saying one word. I can make you feel very good by saying one word. And the word that someone say to you and make you feel very bad, the impact could be for days, you still feel it. And it's just a word if you think about it. So actually we live in a world that is made out of our words. So you pick your words very carefully, because this is an entrepreneurial language. And by repeating it, you will be able to rewire your brain. You actually become very aware. And if you play along and you watch your colleagues when they utter the P word, you actually become very acute. Because when now we say you uttered the forbidden word, you say, what word? Because you don't have control over your language. Your language is rewired in your brain. But the moment you rewire the brain differently, then you will have a brain that really take you into different places in your life. And you guys are just starting your life, and this is an amazing opportunity. I hope that you believe me. Now, you will believe me eventually, but I don't want you to believe me when it's too late and say, oh, this guy said it, we should have done it. But yeah, so just trust me. Okay, anyone else want to share? Okay, thank you. Anyone want to share their idea?
We were brainstorming some project ideas.
Yes.
But we haven't yet decided which.
So I leave it to you. If you want me to listen to your thinking, or you want to run your thought against me, then I can, or by me, I can give you my thought. I could come later if we have time. It's entirely up to you. You would like to hear my thought. So you have to tell me your thoughts, and then you'll hear my opinion.
Actually, we came up with different.
First of all, you know that you will need 3 different projects, right?
Yeah,
okay, good. So that's. I just want to establish this. Yes.
We came up with different ideas.
Sure.
Yeah, everyone came up with his own.
Sure.
So I thought about making something simple. These bicycle riders when they're having the races and these things.
Yes.
Normally they have to stop and drink water and all this.
Right.
So why don't they just have a sort of straw and the bottle fixed
Right.
on the
Right.
bicycle?
Right.
You don't have to waste time and drink
Sure.
water. Just have it there.
Sure.
And perhaps you can comment on that or something.
The key thing here is, what is the product that you are making? You are making a product to be fit on the bicycle.
Yeah.
And how much money roughly you think you need to make it?
I don't think it's going to cost much because you just the bottle is already there.
Yes.
It's just the straw that you need to
Okay.
put in.
So do you need money to make that? People
Yeah.
just can buy the straw and put it in the bottle, right?
I mean, it will design such a way so it's
you can-
closed from the rider.
Right.
Where he's riding.
Okay. So how much money you think you'll need to make it?
Perhaps maybe for each one, maybe roughly 10 ringgits.
Right. And what is the minimum amount you think you will need to run through the manufacturing? Because this may cost 3 ringgit, but if you go to the factory and say, I want to make one, they will tell you this will cost you maybe 100,000 ringgit, because the mold to make it is very expensive. So, but if you buy 1 million pen, this I'll sell it to you at 3 ringgit. So let's say you need 500. You need to buy 500. So times 10, so that's 5,000 ringgit. Do you think so? Have you been to Pozible.com? Okay. So if you go to Pozible.com, do you think you will be able to convince people to? You'll have many people who are interested to buy this from you. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. So so the key thing here is, I think this is a niche market. Not, I don't ride bicycle. I won't buy for 10 ringgit. To be very honest with you, I think if you give it to me for free, I won't take. The reason I won't take, because I don't want to get something that I'll throw away, you know, plastic, and it's no good for the environment if you are making it out of plastic. But maybe there is a biking community that will find this very interesting and they will support you. Now, the key thing here is this. As an entrepreneur, sometimes you need to take a risk, but also the risk has to be a calculated risk. So do you really think there'll be that much demand for this product out there or not? If there is, then yeah, you can try. If there is not, maybe you need to really think of something else. Now, out of your study of Pozible, what were the ideas that seemed to be picking up quicker? You know, like people get the money they wanted even before the period of campaign finished. Have you found like any?
I'm at 102%.
Right. So what does the guy do? So maybe making something for the community, right? So this is like almost like donation kind of thing. Okay. Yeah. What else? Because this is one example, but could you, if you, yeah, this is 115. What the 115? What was that? Like a camera? Just now there was 115%. I saw.
It was 115.
There was 115. Yeah, this one. Yeah, accessories for Polaroid lamp. So this guy, apparently for all projects we are bringing several accessories for the Polaroid camera. So this person, apparently he or she is very fond of this camera, and they know that there are people who are interested in having these accessories for it. So, and I think they are. This is amazing, right? Because he got everything he needs, and he still have 56 days to go. So this most likely is going to maybe even increase further. Yeah. Now you also need to notice that he's not asking for much, 579. So it's a little bit. So this gives you an idea of what is possible, but it's not necessarily that you just follow that. But always think, will someone see value in this? Will someone say, yes, I want to have this, and yes, I'll buy it? That's the key thing. And that's an entrepreneurial thought that you always need to...
So your target.
Yes.
You mean your target, like who?
Yes. So you think of the customer, or the person or the group of people that will most likely support you. Who are they? Where are they? Will you be able to reach them like this? How do you communicate to them? Yeah. Okay. Any other thoughts you want me to give feedback about?
I have a simple idea. It's a multi-drink bottle.
Multi-drink bottle.
Yeah, so a bottle that's designed such a way so it's divided in 3 parts. So
Right.
you can have like water, other juices.
Right. Okay. So here you have, I think it's a very good idea. And I think, my thinking is, if this requires a development stage, because you don't have the bottle yet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there is a bit of engineering that needs to take place first. Am I right?
Yeah.
So do you think you'll be able to convince the backers that you are able to, because you don't have the product yet.
Yeah, I don't have it, so I need to design it.
You need to design it and make it and so on, yeah. So there is, the engineering bit of it needs to happen as well. If you think you have an idea, you could, because when you communicate, you cannot just communicate the thought.
Exactly.
People need to see that you've done some R&D, maybe you have a prototype you want to make. If you show a prototype and you show that you could take a sip of water, a sip of juice, and a bit of coffee. I think that would be amazing. That would be really good.
Just idea came to mind, so I need to think about design.
Sure. Yeah, I think you really need to think about it from an engineering point of view, and you need to cost it rightly. So you cannot simply say, oh, I'm selling it for, let's say, 5 ringgit. But when you go and do the engineering bit of it, it costs you 20 ringgit. Then it's gonna be bad. But I think is a good idea. Yeah. And the key thing here is, do you have the technology to do it? Do you have the design already? Has anyone else done it?
This is the thing, I haven't seen.
Yes, yeah. So you need to check. You need to do maybe an internet check and things like that. Yeah. Okay.
For my idea, actually, I got it from one of my hobbies that I really like to play pool.
Right.
So when you play pool, actually, we have something that some of the players, they put like powder in their hands to make the stick smooth.
Right.
And the others, they use gloves.
Right.
And that
What do you use yourself?
for me, usually I use the powder actually.
Right. Okay.
So that's the one which is near
Yes.
to me. And so the idea, which is like coffee gloves.
Coffee gloves. Okay.
Coffee gloves. So that gloves should be the same idea as the pool one also.
Right.
So will be covered like 3 fingers
Right.
of your hand.
Right.
And then goes around your arm here.
Right.
So and it also will cover only half of your finger.
Right.
So that when you hold the cup or anything hot, it's not gonna affect you. And in the same time doesn't make you busy. Like there is an idea for someone else who made like something goes around the cup in the middle.
Yes.
Which can also protect you from the heat.
Yes.
But that one was only in the middle.
Right.
So how if you forget and you touch it from down or up
Right.
in the top.
Right.
So something if attached to your hand.
Yep.
So anywhere you touch, it's
Right.
gonna protect you.
Right.
And at the same time also still with you. Like you can't use it and again and again.
Right.
That's the whole idea.
Okay. What do you think?
I think it's there's something else that we can use instead of this one.
Right.
Like for example, like Starbucks they provide already like piece of cartoon.
Yes.
that you can use.
Right.
I don't think so. Like it's going to be.
So if he has the product, will you buy it?
For me personally, I don't think so.
Right.
Actually, I'm a fan of tea, not coffee.
Yes.
So if he changes his name, tea, maybe I'll buy it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, it is a good idea. But the thing is, what he said is, I mean, we have the cup holder. I mean, the thing he said in Starbucks.
Yep.
Yeah. But most of the people hold the cup from the ear of the cup.
Right.
That's how you hold it.
Right.
So what his point is, that thing comes in the middle. It doesn't come in the So it's better to hold it.
Be very honest with you, if you have this, I won't buy it because I take coffee in the car. I take the coffee while I'm working, and I don't think I would like to have something on my fingers when I do that. But if this is really something that the market needs, then maybe you can do it. Yeah. So the key thing here is, don't design things that you think are cool or good, but will the other people get it? Will they use it? Yeah, that's a key thing. Yeah, but it's a start. It's a start. So maybe if you are interested in this, you could go and watch maybe what is happening in Starbucks or other coffee shops and see, is there something that you could help them improve the experience, and yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks thank you very much. You want to talk? Up to you. You don't. You don't. Okay. Sure. So your project is confirmed.
More or less. I mean, at least the person who's in charge, he said, yes, we are happy to work together.
Yep.
But I'm waiting for them to finish their own assignments first.
Yep.
Then only we'll get together to discuss things like budget, the team, movie length, or kind of people that we need.
I just want to remind you with one thing. The team to work with you is one part of the equation. The other very important part is the fundraising.
Yes. We know because his project also needs money.
Okay.
The more money we have, the better, because we can get better equipment. So we will definitely need funding.
Okay.
But the thing is, what I could use is a few people from the business or creative arts to manage the campaign to raise the funds. So that's probably the online committee. 1 or 2 people could join me for that. Yeah, if not I would say the technical part or the movie part.
Sure.
Broadly we have a group of people to work on it already for the moment.
Very good. Do you want to discuss your? He has questions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want to hold this?
Dr. Mushtak,
yes. Can I pull a chair first? Sorry. Just ask. Don't be shy.
No, I'm not shy. I just want to confirm.
Sure.
So, Dr. Mushtak, I just want to clarify, because we need to. The basis is to find people from other countries, right?
No, from the online. They could be in our business school, but they are not registered here.
Yeah.
So outside this, so they could be in Malaysia. It could be your brother or your sister or your mother. I don't mind. As long as you work with people who are from the online community. Now, if you
that means when you are talking about online community, that means open learning, right?
Yes. So currently, before I come, there was 1,040 people registered for the course. Now, from my experience, not all of them will be as actively involved, but normally 20% to 30% are quite involved. So these are people who come with, first they come from all over the world. I'm amazed with the variety of the people that have been, and I think if you look at the medals, you see, you would see all the, So the choice is yours. You could satisfy this need by just getting someone you already know. He could be your friend, and they could just join. But if you take this as an opportunity for you to work with another person from another part of the world, on a different time zone, I encourage you to do it, because this is an experience that will really build you.
I see.
Yeah.
That's the question I want to ask.
Sure.
Because if it was to be a person from other countries, what I'm thinking, the only means of contribution is through the internet, because we can't really meet them in person, so they cannot give us physical contribution. They only can give us through their own work at where they are. So that actually limits the potential of the project, right?
Show me your phone.
Phone?
Have you met the person who designed it?
No.
Have you met the person who made it?
No.
So actually, the real thing, the real contribution here to me is this. And this can be transferred easily over the phone, over the whatever the technology is providing us. So give me an idea. What's your project?
I'm planning to create a short film, because actually I know the guy, because in the wake of MH370, the tragedy, right? So I was planning to maybe create a short film to create like a hope for people to know that life will go on, and it's a tragedy, but life goes on. And then the funds, right? I was hoping that the funds collected would somehow contribute to the people involved, somewhat between the lines. Sure.
So if you think about it, you want to make a short film.
Yeah.
Now, the skills that you need for the short film would be storyboarding, directing, editing, and these are things that you could actually get someone in a different part of the world to help you with, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, if you think about it, the most successful companies are the companies that are able to outsource their service, their operations into different parts of the world as well. And I would like you to view this as an opportunity rather than a difficulty. So I could be next to you, you could meet me every day, but I don't have the skills that you want. So we can have lunch together, we can have breakfast together, we can have tea together, but you ask me to help you editing the movie, I don't know how to do it. Or it could be a guy in Finland who is very passionate about this cause, who could even help you see it with a different angle, or even bring some of the material. You know, just imagine that short film that you have, instead of being shot only in Malaysia, if it is shot in 5 different
exactly. That's actually the plan.
So actually what you want people from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the plan, but that was actually the second plan. The first plan was to find people within Malaysia. Then I thought about, what if I can create a video where all the team members who are involved, they represent their own country, saying the same exact message in their own language. So they'll be holding some board, a message of hope, but all focused on MH370. So maybe.
So if you want to do this, and this is, I believe, is a hot topic, isn't it? I think there will be a lot of opportunities even after that, because if this becomes a hit on YouTube, people may actually engage you guys, you or the other colleagues from the online community, to do other things in the future, and you'll be paid for that. And hopefully when you become a millionaire, you remember that this happened through my course.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'll specifically remember Dr. Mushtak.
Okay, so this is recorded. You say it again?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks. Do you have any question? So you know that he has a question, but what about you? Do you have a question?
Tonight he was asking me so many things.
Right. So actually he was asking you a question.
Not really.
Yes.
Actually, my concern is that, for example,
Yes.
I have friends in my hometown there that need a fund to help him to do his project.
Yes.
Will it be possible if I'm helping them during this kind of process to?
Yes. The key thing is you need to think that why would the people out there will go to Pozible, take a credit card and pay the money. So I want you to think of the value. So it's not just because he's your friend, you want to help him, then we have to pay our money. So the entire idea of crowdfunding is you either have a product that people want to buy, or you have a cause that people want to support. Like, I don't know, the stray dogs or MH370 or something that people are passionate about it and they want to, then that's the whole idea of you use your entrepreneurial skills, use the technology. This crowdfunding was literally impossible a couple of years ago. You know, this is how the technology enabling every one of you to be actually go able and compete against the giants, the big companies and big corporations. Any one of you could now set up a store, accept credit card, payment or PayPal or whatever, and sell goods. Can you imagine this? This is like a dream. You know, this just a decade ago was impossible. Now, what I hope to achieve is to put you at that stage so that at least you know it exists. And I want to sort of force you to go through it so that you know you can do it. Now, after that, whether you want to do it for a living or not is entirely up to you, because not everyone is going to be, selling things or doing crowdfunding. But crowdfunding and crowdsourcing is something that I anticipate will color the experience of this century, because there are people out there who have skills that we don't have, and it would be great, it would be beautiful, it would be amazing if we could actually tap on these skills. And there are people out there who have some extra funds. Maybe they could, if we pull it together, we could move mountains. We could have huge amounts of money that will allow us to even generate more value, more profit that could go into the areas that we want, like helping communities, supporting learning, supporting whatever we believe in. So that's really the thought. Okay? So you could help him, but depends on the project. What's the project? I don't know. Yeah. Okay?
So, Dr. Mushtak, usually like to gauge a performance of a project, a certain project, usually those kind of people, the successful ones, they have a previous background already. So for us people who are really new, we don't really have something to back like say for example, we want to create a music, and then for the experienced one, they may mention that I've previously performed in so and so bars, but for us we are starting, so the drawing power there is not so good for.
Okay. So do you want to do music?
Just for example.
Yeah, but because I'm sure you are good at something.
Yes.
So my thinking is, when you want to come and ask me for my funds, you have to show me that you are good at that thing before.
Yes,
or you are good at deploying resources before. So for example, maybe I did not organize a party before. I did not. But I organized an engineering fair. And I think the engineering fair had 600 students, 200 projects and things like that. And I think for me to now organize a party shouldn't be an issue. So people want to know that if I give you the money, it's really going to be spent in that direction.
Exactly, yes.
So I'm sure that whatever you are going to have or to put out there, you need to show some sort of
evidence.
Evidence that you are able to deliver.
Yeah, exactly.
But saying so, I also seen people who actually didn't do that before, and they say, look, our community is stricken by this sudden event that we did not prepare for, and I think if you help us, then at least these children will now have access to education, or they will have access to water. So I think it really depends. Now, you seem to be very passionate when he say we don't have track record. Yes. Can you speak into the phone?
Because I saw a lot on the Posible's website, right? Most of the people have their background, which is like quite amazing.
Sure.
And some of the people who don't have the strong background, something like that, they mostly is fail. Like, got no one's there coming to help.
So now, okay, no, you keep it with you.
Okay.
Because I want to ask you a question.
All right.
How many projects you've done thus far?
Already
6 projects. Okay. Which was the project that you were most proud of?
The wheelchair.
The wheelchair.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, you people you actually forget about your wonderful track record. How many students your age have actually done 6 projects? Actually, very few.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, if you could actually bring these projects, which I believe you have pictures and videos and evidence of, and you could present it as the work that you have done before. And that is an amazing track record. You see, there is a reason why you are doing a project each and every semester, because I am helping you build that track record. And believe me, my graduates, even when they go for job interviews, then they send me the thank you email because of the entrepreneurship class or because of managing project for success class, because they say the employer was much impressed not by the certificate or the transcript. They were impressed by the fact that you know how to manage a project and you know what are the team stages. So please, do not underestimate the amazing track record you have. Because every one of you does have that amazing track record. Now, the entrepreneurial thinking would be, how do you see the best angle of yourself, portray it to the right customer, and create that alignment and make magic. And that's entrepreneurship. And that's why I say opportunity, value, opportunity, value. These are the words that we'll keep on repeating again and again and again. This is the first course where, probably in the world, where students are raising funds. And I will keep this running, and I want to keep track of how much money is raised through this course. And I'm actually preparing myself to be surprised. Yeah, because if I manage to convince each and every one of you to raise 1,000 ringgit, which is not really that big. I mean, you've seen people actually are raising. Yeah, this is gonna be how much if we have 40 students?
40,000.
That's 40,000. Now, if I can replicate this for the 1,000 plus student out there, that's 1 million. Now, if we will be doubling, because the students will keep on coming in, on the online students, if we will have everyone raise 1,000 ringgit, which is 300 US dollar, and we have 2,000 of them, it will be 2 million. Actually, if you think about it, this is actually an amazing opportunity. And what I want you is to go there and view everyone in the class and in the online community as a resource, because these people could actually also help you to see your experience in a different light. And through the success of their projects, you could learn from what they are doing, because I foresee that some of the campaign maybe is not successful. We could kill it within 3 days or 4 days. I don't know, I need to talk to Pozible, but we could actually just remove it, because if it's not working, it's not working. Yeah. I think the thing that works, very clear, it works from the very beginning. The thing that doesn't work, it won't work, and then we need to. And the key thing is, when we fail, do we learn from the failure? If we've learned from the failure, that's a brilliant failure. Yes. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Okay, so how come you represent him, right?
Yes.
Legally?
No.
No, illegally?
Yes.
Right. Oh, he's the advisor. Who's the advisor?
He's an advisor. Advises everyone.
Apart from himself?
Yes.
He advises everyone apart from himself? Yes. Okay, good. Anyone wants to share their idea to get some feedback?
Jeffrey also got a very
Jeffrey always got ideas, so you leave Jeffrey aside. Okay. So why one? If someone wants to speak about his own idea, I'm willing to listen. I can talk to Jeffrey at any time. So Jeffrey, is your own idea?
No.
So I'm serious. I want everyone to speak for himself.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Would you like to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was talking to him initially about the title of the campaign is called Giving Back. Okay, it's giving back to community.
Sure.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to contact. It's not here anymore.
Sure.
Welfare Department or Jabatan Kebajikan Welfare Department.
Right.
To get the groups of where the areas of where the lowest income people are.
Right.
And then I wanted to host a lunch for 4 consecutive Sundays.
Okay.
4 consecutive Sundays, lunch for these people, let's say 12 to 3 p.m. free lunch.
Sure.
Okay. I ran this by him.
Right.
He critiqued the idea. He says, what can food do that lasts for them? And food is only temporary happiness. Let's say you feed them temporarily, then what happens after the 4 Sundays?
Right.
So then we started a new discussion. So giving back, what can we give back? We can give back help, material, money, food, time, education.
Yes.
With education, you could provide for food, money, material, health, and time for all the families.
Right.
So we've gone for education.
Right.
We've identified our target audience,
right,
which are people in the rural areas,
right,
and then which part of the education we want to like people who want to give basic education, stuff like that.
Right.
I've opted for leadership training.
Right.
Leadership training for the leaders of the family.
Right.
And okay, so with this leadership training, we could, let's say, train fathers of the families to lead the families in right paths. We could get the eligible members of the community to start businesses, lead separate lives rather than just staying in the rural areas. Yeah, things like that. That's the initial plan.
Okay. Sounds good. So you'll need the funds for?
Funds for logistics, getting speakers. If they're not volunteering, we have to pay for the speakers.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Is it a really big project?
Is it a really big project? I think it really depends, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you wanna make it, if you are going to train one father and then
a few,
and then maybe you say, okay, I have leadership training. The question is, will they come?
Will they come?
Yeah, I know if it's free lunch, maybe they will come.
If there's
They
something-
say I'm going to give you a lecture, I'm not sure they will come. Do you know why? Because I know of some students who pay for the course and they don't come. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, we know some people like that, right?
Yeah.
Or they pay for the service and they come late. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is you need to match the need with what you are giving, and also the key word that you'll hear me repeating again and again and again is value.
Value.
Now, value is not what you perceive as value. The receiver has to perceive the value. All of you, I'm sure you've listened to your parents nagging you. The parents think what they are saying is very valuable. I'm sure they would, otherwise they would not give you that advice. But I'm sure also you can recall that you didn't see the value in it. Oh, lecturing me again. Oh, the same story again. So the key thing here is if you are trying to help someone, you have to try to help them somehow on the terms that they understand. So if you give them, now I sort of agree with your critique that let's improve the lunch. So the lunch has value. And I think giving them some food, maybe they will improve their health, hopefully something will happen. But I also agree with you that you give them free lunches 4 times, what's next? So that's a good start. But now if you say, I'm going to give you, I give the father a free leadership training, and then I give you a certificate, you are now a certified father. First, will they attend? I'm not sure. Maybe they will. So you need to check this out. The other thing is the education to be invested. Is it better to invest it at the children level or the father level? I think you need to check. I really don't know. That's why you need to see your target.
The age, the middle age, youth, and old people.
Yeah, and also the target area that you are targeting. If you go and speak to them, do they value education or not? Do they think that they can be trained or not? Okay. Then after all that, you will need to think of another important stakeholder, and you see how can you deliver the value for them, and these are your contributors. So you come to me and you say, Mushtak, I want 1,000 ringgit from you. I mean, you'll do it through Pozible, but it's at the end of the day, it's a very similar thing. I'm running a fatherhood leadership camp, for example. I think you really need to show me some data that this thing is going to work. And this is something that the research show, if this is fixed, then things are going to happen. Now, the research that I'm aware of is you could impact the family through the mothers more than through the fathers. But I'm open to, but at the end of the day, before I take the credit card and pay you the money on Pozible, you need to show me that there is a likelihood that this thing is going to work. because everyone is competing for our money, right? Everyone wants us to donate for this, to support that, and we have a finite resource. So if you could show that this program, there is a likelihood that it's going to change the lives of how many people over how long time, you guys have to be also committed for it. So it's not like we pay you the money, you get very good mark, and then you just go and give the money to the welfare department and say, I'm done because the entrepreneurship course has completed and now I have some other things that I'm interested in. So all these things has to be mitigated and has to be very clearly put up. Yeah, it makes sense. But I think it's a very meaningful project. I think if pitched right and the value is communicated clearly, especially to your target recipients and target contributors, then you could actually match that and you become the conduit through which this is going to happen. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share their idea? Yeah. Yeah.
So can we don't use the mic?
Yes.
Can we don't use the mic?
I'm mic shy. Right. Okay, so imagine that this is an ice cream. Yeah. You see? Yeah. So it's all here. Yeah. Tell me.
Okay, so the project is basically what I call reading for the blind.
Okay.
So basically there's this program done in Breaksfields, I think, where I'm supposed to go there and just read.
Right.
Into a microphone, into a PC. So basically,
so you're not really mic shy.
I'm not speaking on facing a camera. Okay, so basically what I do is I go there and then I read.
Right.
And this might take for a few hours until I'm tired. I can leave anytime because I'm a volunteer.
Right.
So basically what I tend to do is that we do this on a maybe global scale, or maybe Malaysian scale.
Right.
Let's say we start small, we go Malaysian scale first.
Right.
So what we do is we go online, we need to promote it.
Right.
Promote this, there's such a thing happening.
Yes.
Then maybe we will do it online, like something like crowdfunding.
Right.
Do crowd reading.
Right. Yes. Yes. Crowdsourcing.
Yeah. So
yes.
Then everybody will source all their reading.
Right.
Just read into a mic. It's basically a mic and a computer.
Right.
I believe everybody have one, right?
Yes. Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you just read into a PC and then you upload it to a site, any site.
Right.
So yeah, basically that's the idea.
Right.
So some of the challenges I found out was like copyrights.
Yes, actually that was straight away I'm thinking of, because you are creating an audiobook.
Yes,
and
basically.
that material belongs to an author. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, the first thing we need to worry about is copyrights. But maybe we approach the Malaysian of Blind, because books are read, right? Are usually old books, very old books.
Right. Okay.
So maybe they could give us a list. We can post online that maybe these books are available. You can read these books to us, or maybe we need these chapters.
Right.
So we still need a database or domain or something
yes.
like that.
Yes.
So that is where our fund are used.
Right. I think this is a wonderful idea, and I want you to go and check a website that's called Do Something Good. Okay, check it out. So this is actually a website that has been launched less than a year ago. Actually, it's a Malaysian website that is looking for volunteers. So you could, for example, say I want someone to read for the blind, and the people who are willing to do this, they can go and register their interest, and then the website help you to match the interest and things like that. So interestingly, I'm getting the founder to speak to you. So he's coming to speak to us, because I told you I'm getting some external speakers. So we've got Datin Shahira. Anyone listens to BFM? BFM. You know Fred Ali? Yeah. Yes. Do you know who Fred Aliu is? More. So she's one of the announcers. She's going to speak to us as well. Yeah. So these are people who have been successful in their own ways, and yeah. So I think I want you to go and have a look at what they have been doing. So if you could also see if you want to join forces with them, and then you could do this. I think is a wonderful project. So, what do you read? Books. So this is actually, so this is like you read to a person.
Reading into a PC.
Oh, so you actually read into a PC. I see. So you need more people now, right?
Yeah, because the books are forever ending. Never ending.
Okay. Right. Okay. So it's in English or in multilingual also? English.
I'm not sure about multilingual. Other languages, or maybe there are other volunteers.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I think it's a very very meaningful cause. Yeah, and I'm sure that you will have people from the online community as well who will be willing to work with you and maybe even give other ideas to further improve it from both the legal aspects as well as the technological aspects. Very good. Anyone else would like to share? Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else would like to share? Why? So what project you would like to do?
Project? Maybe an application.
An application. To do what?
To do what? It's like an app to, how to say, help people to find those car mechanic shops.
Right.
It's a general, it can do advertising and all those stuff.
I see. Okay.
Still in planning stage.
Okay.
So the details I'll share to you later.
Okay. What do you want to do?
We were actually just discussing about this idea just now. So,
Right. Cannot be just now. I've given you almost more than an hour already, right?
I haven't really come up with an idea since we were really talking about his idea. What's the viability and what's the market needs about these apps and who's the target and.
Right. So why have you had a look at Pozible.com?
No, not really.
I really think you should go and have a look because over there you will have the projects that have succeeded. You will also have the project that had less success, and that gives you an idea maybe on or an inspiration on what you should be doing. Okay? Yeah, please have a look. Yeah, because that gives you a sort of an idea. So this car mechanics app, is it going to be a free app?
Yeah.
So so you want money for people to help you to build a free app, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But we'll like generate income from advertisement, something like that.
Yeah. So you need to see that you are doing crowdfunding. You are not asking people to be partners with you and have a. So what will these people get back?
You mean the?
So let's say to build the app, you need, let's say, 10,000 ringgit. Okay. And you ask me to pay you 100 ringgit. So why should I pay you this? What will I get back? Yeah, you see, that's a key thing. That's a key thing in terms of the value for me to contribute. So the contribution happen in two ways. Either this app is something that is I believe in and is going to help so many people, so I'm actually willing to donate for it, to donate to it, is a cause that I believe in and I want to donate to it. Or it's something that you will give to me later when you develop it and I want to have it. So it's almost like I'm buying it before you make it. So normally these are that's why I want you to go and have a look at Pozible.com to see what these people who are making these projects, what do they give in return, and that will help you frame your mind and make you closer to the project.
So Pozible.com is the platform where we are doing the crowdfunding.
Yes. Yeah. There is a reason for this because this is the only platform that you can raise fund in Malaysia. So Kickstarter, you cannot do that. Yeah.
Just a quick question.
Please.
Let's say after we get to collect that 10,000 ringgit, target.
Yeah. By the way, 10,000 is an example, right? You could want, you may want 10 ringgit.
10,000 is an example.
Sure.
Let's say after we get that specific amount which we were hoping to get, what happens to the money? I mean,
So you got the money.
Yes.
What will happen to it?
Yes.
When you get the money based on a promise, right?
Yeah.
So you have to fulfill now your promise. So the whole idea is, after you get the money, you need to deliver the value before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year.
Yes. Yeah. So it's not like you raise the money and pocket it. That's illegal. They can and Pozible will have your photo ID and all these kind of things in. Yeah. So you need to really think of a project that you intend on completing. It's not only you raise the money and then you don't have intention of completing that. That's actually very unethical. Yeah, makes sense. So if you don't have that kind of intention, if you just say raise some money, make a cake, and give it to the poor, you will satisfy that aspect of the course, and that's it. Is it clear? Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So we are about to finish our class. Can you please just stay with me for a few more minutes, and then if you have any question, I will take the questions as well. So I have spoken to some of you. Some of you have listened to me as well. Some maybe you are not ready, or we didn't have the time to speak, so that's also fine. What I would like you to do is to please start writing down a description and objectives of your project. So what is the project? What is the objective? Who are the target customers? What is the value for your customer? So the key thing is the customer or the intended recipient of the service or the product, what is the value for them? And also clearly state what is the value for your supporters. So if someone were to support you on Pozible.com, what will he or she get? So this could be they will get satisfaction because you are working on a good cause, that's fine. Or if you are making a product, they will get access to a product that is not available in the market, that's also fine. But you need to really think of the value that this product or service or project is bringing both to supporters and to the recipients. So you as an entrepreneur, you are the conduit through which you are delivering the value to these people. So that's the first thing. Now I want you to get your project written on a piece of paper and submitted before the class on Tuesday. So whatever your project, you have to be ready on Tuesday. Azmira will collect from you the first draft of your project. So please make sure that you submit it 5 minutes before the class. You come early and submit your project. Now, later you could still tweak it, but I want an initial submission from you, please. The other advice that I would like to give you is please do have a look at Pozible.com and look at not only the 3 projects that appear on top of the list, but look at the history as well. And I want you to look at it with the intention of finding what are the success factors. So when you look at a project, you see what kind of project always gets funded very quickly. What kind of projects seems that it's not picking up, and that will give you an idea of what kind of project that you may be interested in working on. So please do have a look, because eventually you will use that platform to raise your funding. So please have a look. It's very, very useful. many of the questions that you have right now will be answered just by having a look at how does it work. Don't just read the title, you open up and see what are the entrepreneurs offering the supporters. So some offer a signed copy of the book, or a free ticket to the concert if they are raising money for a concert, and variety of things like that. So you need some who are making a product. They are saying, if you buy this bag, I will send it to you and it's free shipping, things like that. So please do spend some time and have a look at that. So I would like, this is going to be a marked submission. I won't really look at, I won't put much marks on the project itself, because I know it's still evolving. But I really would like you to view this as a deadline next Tuesday to submit your project. Do you have any question? No question, as usual. So great. Thank you very much for being here. And please be there for the crowdfunding workshop. I think it's going to be a very interesting and very important class as well. Thank you.